it's the first time to use this app, so please sorry. Okay, as I told you, we will speak about how to use it in a polite way in our explanation. You already know to say please, thank, or thank you, excuse me, but some words or very little difference between the polite and impolite way. For example, don't say I want a hamburger, but you have to say I'd like a hamburger or I'll have a burger please. I want sounds like a demand, as if you are commanding or other person to fulfill your desire. I'd like is a more polite and diplomatic phrase. When order food and drinks, we often use I've. The next one, send me the report. Have to say, could you send me the report? To maintain good relationship with co-worker, it's best not to use imperative or starting sentence with directly a verb. It's maybe like not to use order. For example, don't reply to my email, go to the bank, finish the project. All of them are order way we have not to use. We only have to use the maybe request way. The third one we haven't say go away or leave me alone, but we have to say could you give me a minute? Or sorry, I'm a bit busy right now. If a colleague approaches you to a bad time and you want the person to leave, use the phrases in green. Could you give me a minute? It's for when you just need a few minutes to finish up that your work on and they maybe you like to the college. Okay, and also bit busy right now, it may help them or when you are in the middle of work that you can't be interrupted, you can follow up with can we talk a little later and agree on time when you pause available. Okay, the next one, tell me when you are available. Have to be let me know when you are available. Let me know. It's a nicer and more indirect way to say tell me, to be not using an ordered phrase. Okay, after that you're wrong. We cannot say that, but I may use I think you might be mistaken, or actually after that say some correct information. Or you have to say I'm afraid, I disagree. It's best just a minute. Okay. It's best to use a more indirect phrase when pointing out somebody's mistake. I think you might be mistaken is more helpful phrase, allowing for a possibility that you might be wrong about the other person's error too. The word actually is used to correct an error or giving correct information in a polite way or in specifically saying the other person was wrong. Finally, if it's a matter on your opinion, you can use the last phrase. I'm afraid, I disagree. Okay, at this point, I think it's the most important one of all of them. Nextly, we have to use. Give me a second. Okay, when we use or when we try to tell somebody his idea is not suitable for us, we cannot say there is a bad idea, but may we have to tell I'm not so sure there is a good idea, or I have a few concur. Instead of using strong and direct words like bad, it's more polite to say I'm not sure there's a good idea. Another option is to State your specific objection by pointing them out and counter. It will be more polite and you will not confuse or desire your audience. The last one, okay, there's the last point I need. We didn't allow to say your work isn't good for your colleagues, but we may try to say, I'm not quite satisfied with their work, or to be honest, this needs some improvement. Okay, in order, the hardest thing to do is telling somebody their work doesn't meet the standards or expression. You can make it easier for the other person to accept your words by using the phrase in grain way. This phrase, to be honest, is used when we are gonna state an opinion that other people might not like very much. So you can only use this way in speaking, is to be honest, to be more maybe wonderful or polite, and to help the audience not be angry from you or from your words. And also it's a suitable way to help them to accept your words or your hard opinion. After that, I just wanted to show you a dialogue from highly recommend book about this point about given polite explanation. I will not read this dialogue, I just will mark specific points I need to tell you about it. Just a minute. Okay, we have to say good morning and the name of the hotel, and after that word listening. This word is more polite in your work. You didn't have to say the name of the hotel and to stop talking after that. It will be not more polite. And after that, if you read the second sentence, we will say the speaker B asked to reserve a room or 2 rooms. Okay, but the date is not suitable for the hotel. If you try to read the answer of the speaker A, it's perfect for me. He say, I'm sorry, we're fully booked on Saturday. If he stopped talking in that point, he would be ridiculous or a bit rude. But he completed his words by saying, maybe we can change the date. His words in that time be perfectly and completely, because he in polite way or politely refused the date, but he offered a change. Okay, and in the last of this dialogue, when he asked speaker B to tell him the name, speaker B try to tell the letter of the name. Okay, if you didn't know how can surely write the name which you will use, didn't write it in a guess way or guessing way. You have to ask about the letters to avoid any confusion in your work. So to understand what is different between polite and impolite way, and try to be sure that the difference in using some words is very little. It's not a huge difference, but it's very important for you to be professional in your work and professional in your English also. Thank you, and I hope to be purified for you.